Alright, this is my video showing you how to make the masks that I've been giving away on my porch. First thing you do, you need to know the size. I do different sizes, adult through toddler, and they're just an adult is 9x8 with two elastics that are 11 inches each, and then just reduce by 1 for each size smaller. So a youth is 8x7 with 10, child 7x6 with 9, and toddler 6x5 with 8. Each of these will also require 4 beads. I use the pony beads. I've been using clear or white. So here's your elastic. You'll have 2 of these with your beads. And let me show you the easiest way to do this. First bead, I just flap over the end. This one you can usually just pull through. Second bead, a little trickier. Now I do have tweezers, and for a long time that's what I did. Flap it over so you have a point. This is my little trick, and it's the easiest way to do this. Just use a straight pin. Push through, grab both. Now you have 2 beads. This is your stopper bead so that your adjustable bead doesn't pop off, and it can slide back and forth to adjust to the size that's needed. So once you have 2 of these, you're ready. So you have your 2 pieces of fabric. This one is an adult 9x8. I have serged it inside out with, and while you're serging, you insert the, I'll show you, you insert the elastics as you serge on the inside. So as I do this, I would flap this over and serge, which I've done here. I've serged this, and when you get to the other side, you just want to make sure that your elastics don't get all twisty in here. It'll be flat. So you serge, 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 same thing on the other side. Leave a 2-inch opening so that you can turn this right side out like we've done here. So we'll turn it right side out after we've clipped everything. Here's one that's ready to go. Here, see that with our opening? The next step is the nose wire. So for the nose wire, I use twist ties. Have been my favorite. You can double them up if you don't think that it's enough of a wire, so sometimes I'll do 2, or I'll flap it in half and do it like that. 1 really does work. If it's going to get washed a lot, sometimes 2 is a better option. Amazon had these wires specifically for masks. They're really long. I mean, you could snip them in half. They're fine too. They're a little more pointy on the end. And then I've also used a ton of this twist tie. And when I use this, I do fold the ends over just because it is a little more pointy. So I fold the end over if I use that. And then just clip a piece off. Fold the end over like that. And then you're just going to insert into the opening. And the easiest way to do this is to just shake it down. Just let gravity help you. Shake it down. And then you want to make sure it's on touching the top fabric and not the bottom fabric, because you have that little seam inside there. So really there's 4 pieces of fabric right here. If you think about that, it's folded over. So you want to make sure it's touching the top fabric so that when it's pressed against the nose, there's not, the top layer is not poking out, if that makes sense. And then you're just going to pin it. I just use 2 straight pins to hold it in place, and I try to make it even on the sides. So there's the ends pretty even, right? And then you're just going to stitch. I use the side of my presser foot, stitch, and then stitch your bottom closed. And it will look like this. So this one's done. I have my nose wires up here, and I'm going to pull out my pins, and now it's ready to pleat. I know I'm going through this really fast. I have other videos. If you need it slowed down, you can watch some of my other, just to do pleats, there's a video to do that. Just to do nose wires, there's a video for that. So here we go with our pleats. This one I'm working with right now is actually a youth size, so it's 8x7. And it's a pinch and tuck motion for pleating, and the easiest way to do it, if you watch my other video, is on an ironing board. I have made like 2,600 masks. The first maybe 50, I didn't know this trick, and I cried every time I had to do pleats. and they were very, very uneven. Then you just press it. You just give it a good press. And then you'll take the pins out. And then the last step is you're just going to stitch. You're stitching the two sides. I go up and back. So I go straight up and then back. And there is your mask with your nose wire here and your adjustable beads on the side. That's that. These are the masks I've made. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Happy mask making!